But we can't do it alone.
It's 8 o'clock. Breakfast is being served at Ellen's downtown.
Hello, I'm Jordan Hicks, and this is your Spectrum News in 90.
This shameful process was curated from the start as an act of political retribution.
Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton defiant as he faces a vote on his impeachment this weekend. Paxton faces 20 articles based on the recommendation of a House investigative committee. He and his office are calling the process a sham. A grand jury in Houston indicted this man for the murder of rapper Takeoff. 33-year-old Patrick Clark was arrested for the December killing. Takeoff, a member of the rap group Migos, was shot to death outside a private party at Bowling Alley in Houston. On this Memorial Day weekend, the VA wants to boost awareness in Texas of veterans' burial benefits. They say burial benefits frequently go unused by veterans, and they want those who served and their families to know their options. That includes 121 state-run cemeteries funded by the VA.
Let's check out that Memorial Day weekend together. It's a long weekend for you. What you need to plan for: warmth Saturday and Sunday, highs near 90 degrees. A little bit more cloud cover on Sunday, and both Saturday and Sunday there could be a few pop-up showers during the afternoon, but it's a chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms late Sunday into Monday. So we'll turn a little cooler for your Memorial Day. We'll take a look at your hour by hour and 7-day coming up.
Hello, thank you for joining us here on Spectrum News 1. I'm Todd Boatwright. Well, this past week marked 1 year since that mass shooting in Uvalde, Texas, when 19 kids and 2 teachers were killed there at Robb Elementary. The community is still trying to heal from that horrific day. Our Jose Arredondo sat down with the sisters of Eva Moreras and Irma Garcia and shows us how they're keeping the hero teachers' legacies alive.
Both Eva and Irma, along with their 19 students, lost their lives here at Robb Elementary, but had an opportunity to spend time with their sisters Maggie and Velma to discuss their legacy, what they meant to this community and what they meant to their families, and how they both died heroes.
This is the sweater that Eva was wearing at my daughter's birthday party. And I don't want to open it because it smells like her and I'm going to cry.
This sweater helps Maggie feel close to her older sister, Eva.
Me, my cousin Rosie, my sister Sandra, and Eva were in a group text message. And Rosie sent a message and said, Eva, are you okay? You know, question mark, something's going on at Robb.
Eva died protecting her students from the shooter who entered Robb Elementary in Uvalde.
You know, she died a hero, a true life hero.
Eva Mireles grew up in Eagle Pass and lived life to the fullest. She traveled and worked out all the time.
It just shows how strong, and, you know, I just absolutely love this picture. And always with her headbands.
Maggie says it was also difficult to take the karaoke microphone out of Eva's hands. Eva was close with her baby sister Maggie and older sister Sandra, who, like Eva, is a public school teacher in Texas.
Yeah, safety is always constantly on my mind, especially with my oldest sister.
The massacre changed Texas forever and has made school safety a priority for districts across the state. Elementary school teacher Velma Lisa Duran says it takes every fiber of her being to make it through her day.
The minute I get into the building, I'm like, okay, I'm going to my classroom. I'm going to take care of my students. We know protocol, we know hard lockdowns.
Velma's connection runs deeper than just being an educator. Her sister was Irma Garcia, the other 4th grade teacher killed at Robb.
We thought if anything horrific happened, it probably would be here in San Antonio because of the size of the city. Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think that it could happen to her in Uvalde.
2 days after Irma's life was tragically taken away, her husband Joe died of a heart attack.
I'm so helpless because at first, people I thought it was my nephews and my nieces. And I'm so far away.
Joe and Irma were always the life of the party. They made sure that their friends and family were nourished with comida and a good time.
They just exuded this love that you wanted to be a part of.
Both Maggie and Velma want stricter gun laws.
Her body was riddled with bullets, and her beautiful face was unrecognizable.
They continue to tell their sisters stories.
Oh, this is a good one. This one she got Teacher of the Year, and they surprised her with a luncheon.
People are always messaging me and ask me to mail them stickers, and I don't, complete strangers, and I do.
In hopes that these stories spark some kind of change. You see, Eva and Irma were loving teachers, loving spouses, loving parents.
It goes to Miranda Mathis.
On May 24th, Eva and Irma were heroes.
Across the state, many still wonder how we can prevent a tragedy like the Uvalde shooting from happening again. Luis Garcia introduces us to a Texas teacher already working on a solution to keep kids safe.
Guaranteeing their safety in our children's school is one of the biggest problems we face right now as a society. But sometimes the biggest problems have the smallest solutions, as small as a lock. This is the Suddenlink lock, invented by teacher Crystal Salcido to protect classrooms.
So these two pieces right here are the catches. They're mounted semi-permanently depending on the school. And then this individual latch is kept by the teacher's classroom desk. And whenever there's a lockdown situation, they simply grab this from their desk, designated area, and they come over to the door, slide it in, and it secures the door without them having to exit to lock it with a key.
Crystal was a high school English teacher for 10 years, and due to so many lockdown situations that she went through, she decided to create the Suddenlink lock.
My first initial thought was, how can we fix this problem? We can't control legislation, but maybe I can do something for teachers and for students to protect the classroom door. And after a couple years of designing and coming up with several iterations, this is the simplest one that I came up with.
Teacher Salcido explains what the name of the lock means.
Slan in different languages means elephant. And as we've seen nature shows, elephant is kind of synonymous with coming together as a herd, as a community in essence, to protect their young. This is something that teachers can use to protect our students.
For some years, Crystal has been working on her invention, so when she learned of the tragedy at Drub Elementary in Uvalde, her heart broke.
Because I think, what if they had had a device, this particular device or something similar, that could have secured their doors? Every time I hear about it, I think, I wish they had this.
The patent for her lock is pending, and in the meantime, she works for her goal, to show her invention to as many school districts as possible.
And I believe that something this inexpensive and this effective can make a huge difference in the situation that's going on in schools all over the country.
Texas is experiencing a shortage in mental health workers, and at a crucial time. We'll take a look at what could be the cause coming up. But first, we'll introduce you to the $1 Million Man, how this Texas student racked up so much money in scholarships. Stay tuned. That story's next.
Today at Zilker Park, where folks from across the state of Texas are coming together for this history.
At Spectrum News, we're committed to our communities around the clock, delivering stories that inspire and news that matters in your community. Our journalists are dedicated to bringing you trusted, balanced local news every day. And now, Spectrum Internet-only customers, you can watch Spectrum News 1 on your TV, connecting you to your community 24/7. Spectrum News, now streaming, exclusively for Spectrum customers.
So this one-size-fits-all network upgrade is the best you guys can do?
That's accurate. Accurate. Better than that. It's the only thing we do.
That's how we know it's right for you.
We get it. Ask for the technology you need, and they call you unreasonable. At Spectrum Enterprise, we call you something else, our kind of client. So go ahead. Be unreasonable.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Texas holds a very special place in both my heart and my family's heart as well. My dad started in the news business in 1955, so my dad was my idol. He was my mentor. I spent so much time in that world. I knew I just had to be a part of it. My life's purpose has been about informing, educating, and most importantly, connecting with people. It has been my passion to help people and make a difference in people's lives. I'm Brett Shipp, anchor, Spectrum News 1.
Weather on the Ones, presented by Lentz Landscape Lighting.
Hey there, meteorologist Emily Borchard here on Spectrum News 1, sharing some sunshine from our finally Friday. This was earlier in the day. A nice view to share with you of our downtown skyline. Let's go west from Dallas into Fort Worth. A little bit more cloud cover here mid-afternoon. This view, Texas Motor Speedway, you can see low clouds, high clouds moving in opposite directions. This view outside, thanks to a weather sim camera. Now, I think we'll continue to see the clouds through the afternoon hours this weekend, and can't rule out a few spotty showers, at least for your Saturday and Sunday, and then it's a better chance for showers and storms on Monday for your Memorial Day. So something to plan your travel, outdoor activities around. Remember, if you're hearing thunder, you're close enough to be struck by lightning, have a way to get inside, seek shelter quickly if needed. Highs near 90 both Saturday and Sunday. We're turning a little cooler, closer to 80 those highs Monday with the rain and clouds around. So let's time things out here hour by hour. We've got clear skies early Saturday. Again, a lot like that view outside that we started with in Dallas. As we get into the afternoon, clouds will increase. Here's 5:30. Can't rule out a few spotty showers. Anything that develops wraps up once the sun goes down. We've got clear skies again here Sunday morning. We'll be monitoring a storm complex from the west through the late afternoon. It looks like that will stay west of Tarrant County. At least the stronger storms weakening as they push eastward. You can see maybe a few more clouds, a few spotty showers west of I-35. And then it looks like into Monday morning, we've got a few more clouds. And again, a better chance for scattered showers starting Monday and continuing for most of next week. This is what we may see on radar here Monday. Scattered showers through the afternoon and through the evening hours. This may take a little longer to clear. Looks like by midnight we'll see that activity wrap up. But 7-day rain potential here at home for most under an inch. Your 7-day shows it's a little cooler out there. Monday and Tuesday near 80.
In our nation's capital, the U.S. House has approved a resolution to block President Biden's student loan forgiveness plan. It heads to the Senate for a vote, but Biden has already said he would veto it if it passes. Biden's plan would forgive up to $20,000 in federal student debt for millions of low and middle income borrowers. But in San Antonio, loan debt won't be a problem for one student. He's racked up more than $1 million in scholarships. Gianella Giglino shows us his plans for the future.
The staff at Johnson High School say every year they encounter exceptional students, and Brandon Vasquez Muniz is one of them. Brandon Vasquez Muniz has always had dreams of becoming an engineer. Math and science is second nature to him.
Since I was younger, it's my favorite subject.
Now he is one step closer to realizing that dream after racking almost $1.5 million in scholarship offers, including the Bill Gates Scholarship, providing more than $320,000 towards college at Cornell University.
I mean, kind of growing up, academics was always the biggest thing for me. I really want to be an engineer, and so knowing that a lot of these schools are very competitive and it's very difficult to get in. So I was just thinking that, I have this dream of being an engineer, and I feel like going to a really prestigious school will help me, go further in my career.
He says he applied to thousands of scholarships.
It's just like a lot of applying, a lot of hard work, you know, spending like late nights, writing essays and stuff like that.
But for Brandon, this scholarship money is the reason he's able to accept his offer to Cornell in the first place.
And it would be really difficult for my family to pay anywhere close to Cornell's tuition. So I knew I really needed that financial help.
Brandon is now preparing for graduation, and he says high school taught him an important lesson.
Working hard, I mean, throughout high school and stuff, you know, you get like small awards and stuff, and like people tell you like, oh, you're like really smart, you're doing really well. But it doesn't feel like it, like all the work that I was putting in was actually paying off. And it wasn't until, I mean, pretty much the end of this year where I've really seen like my effort finally come to, you know, fruit something.
Over the last few weeks, parts of Texas have received some much needed rain, but with all that rain comes a lot of trash. Amber Hughes explains.
Spring showers are supposed to bring the flowers, but recent rain has revealed a not so pretty sight.
Yeah, we're just picking up all this trash. I mean, it's been a while since I've been out here.
Twice a month, Ernest Moran grabs his wheelbarrow and gets to work.
Usually it's full like this, and even more a lot of times.
He lives near Espada Park on San Antonio's south side. For years, Ernest has used his free time to pick up trash dumped on nearby streets.
A lot of these styrofoam cups and stuff, people drink their coffee, they just throw it and ends up in the drain. Then when it rains, it just gets pushed off into the river.
Because of recent rains, that's exactly what's happened. Trash and debris have settled along the San Antonio riverbanks.
Every tree is covered in plastic bags, trash bags. There's plastic bottles floating everywhere. It's a big mess.
Tommy Mitchell has worked for the San Antonio River Authority nearly 30 years. He says the trash isn't only an aesthetics issue, but an environmental problem as well.
When we start to see this trash and floatables in the streams and then directly in the rivers, it starts to impact water quality, bacteria levels.
Animals and creatures that live along the river that get caught up in it.
Although we're no longer in a drought, Tommy says removing trash is a must to save natural vegetation.
On an annual basis, we normally gather and accumulate over 200,000 pounds of trash annually. We'll spend in the upwards of $100,000 on contractor assistance.
Although some trash may get left behind unintentionally, it impacts those who spend time at the river.
This is our home, and we got to take care of it. We got to keep this beautiful so that our future generations can enjoy it.
The River Authority appreciates the watershed warriors who volunteer for trash pickup along the rivers.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Ernest says picking up after others used to frustrate him, but he's come to accept it and enjoys doing his part to keep the neighborhood clean.
They'll throw it, I'll pick it up. Yep, that's right.
And up next, we head to the Texas Hill Country to meet not just any artist. This man creates paintings like you've probably never seen. Meet Ira Kennedy, just ahead.
Well, the long holiday weekend is finally here. We'll start our Memorial Day weekend with a chance for storms out across West Texas Saturday. A better chance for more widespread showers and thunderstorms from north all the way down into South Texas late Sunday and into Monday. Something to plan your travel around and, of course, your outdoor activities. We've got most of the state finding warmth this weekend. More news and weather coming up.
I am most satisfied when I'm making a difference. I get to go to work every day and communicate with fellow Texans who understand that quality of life matters and the choices we make matter. And if they can trust me to share important information with them, then I'm a happy camper. I'm Dr. Nicole Cross, anchor for Spectrum News 1.
People count on Spectrum to keep them connected to what matters most. Our commitment runs deep, with over 93,000 employees and a network almost 800,000 miles long. Our commitment? It's local too. We live and work in the communities we serve, cheer for the same teams, shop at the same stores, and work hard to deliver the best internet, TV, and mobile services. Because, well, we count on them too. We're Spectrum, connecting the places we all call home.
He's the one who noticed his mom's face was swollen. They're the ones she confided in about her change in vision and headache that wouldn't go away. He's the one who really listened when she said that something just didn't feel right. Too many women die from pregnancy-related complications each year in the U.S. It doesn't have to be that way. Most deaths are preventable. Know the warning signs. Hear her concerns.
An answer to one of society's biggest questions may be found in the youngest minds. Does poverty impact a child's development, their performance in school? The hypothesis that mothers who have access to cash raise babies with stronger brain development.
The basis of the baby's first year study is really to understand whether providing economic support would change children's trajectories.
Exploring your health, budgeting for brain development, available on all your favorite devices.
If you're planning to fly to your summer destination, expect some high ticket prices. Right now, prices are around 25% higher than they were a year ago. It comes as both Texas-based airline Southwest and American expect their busiest summer ever. Officials with American say they are expecting 52 million customers this summer, which far exceeds pre-pandemic numbers. And if you plan on traveling to the Texas coast this summer, expect to see some pretty heavy construction. Crystal Dominguez shows us what Corpus is working on that has everyone in the area feeling a little lost.
If you're not from Corpus Christi, then navigating the Harbor Bridge construction can be a real headache, especially for those out-of-towners who are visiting our beaches this summer. And the project isn't expected to be completed for another couple years. The drive from Converse, Texas to Corpus Christi, roughly 2 hours. But for Tim Willis, it took a little longer than he wanted.
Getting to the beach area, it was hard. It was a little difficult to navigate.
He says it was confusing once he was in Corpus Christi heading to North Beach because of the new Harbor Bridge construction.
There really wasn't enough signage in regards of letting people know traffic or construction is ahead.
In the past, there's been foundation and safety concerns brought on by the Texas Department of Transportation, delaying its completion by a couple years.
Good boy.
Turning a quick day trip for Tim into a tussle with traffic flow. It's the first time he's been here.
If it wasn't for the GPS, we probably would be somewhere else.
Flatiron Dragados is in charge of the project that began in 2016. In an email, their spokesperson, Lynn Allison, told Spectrum News the bridge is about 50% complete and should be finished in 2025.
Actually, I had to ask directions because I was like, okay, this is all brand new. I haven't been here in a couple years.
Edie Mitchell of Austin says every time she drives into town, there's always an updated route, calling it a cluster.
I'm hoping that eventually they'll have the roads going in the right direction and lots of good signage.
As for Tim Willis, well, he's just trying to relax before getting back on the crooked roads.
It's not, this is good. This gives us an opportunity to recoup, to go back to that.
Once complete, the Harbor Bridge will be the longest cable-stayed bridge in the country.
And if you're planning a trip to the Hill Country, you'll likely run into a bunch of artists and their works. Well, you're about to meet one Texan who makes his living one paint drop at a time. Nestled among the natural beauty of the Texas Hill Country is Ira Kennedy's home away from home. Actually, it's his art studio in back of his real home near Llano.
I'm here every day, usually from 9 to 5.
During which time he mixes and matches paint and gets to work. Ira paints landscapes and skyscapes like this one.
This will probably take me 3 weeks.
Ira wanted to be an artist as far as he can remember. This is the only surviving piece of art from when he was a child. Ira drew this dragon when he was 11. Many years and tubes of paint later, Ira came up with his own artistic style.
I used to do traditional landscapes, yeah, but everybody does that. I'm different.
You can see the difference in all these dots. Once he's done the background, Ira goes over every detail with little dabs of paint. Dot after dot after dot.
If it's not the right color, I'll add another color on top of it. It's been really quite successful for me because no one paints like this. And so that sets me apart from the crowd.
His inspiration comes from Aboriginal art like this, mixed with a little Van Gogh like this. Ira has covered canvases with these dainty dots for years, and it's caught on. People commission Ira to do dots for them.
I'll ask them to supply me with a subject that they want and any photographs that they may have that they would like to, I could use for references in this.
And unlike most paintings you see in a gallery, it's hands-on here.
I encourage people to touch the finished product so they can not just see the dots, but actually feel them.
The dots give the paintings texture. It gives Ira a sense of well-being. He says he can't imagine painting any other way now, and he'll be at it until the last painted dot drops.
I got another 10 years on me, I think. And then who knows, I may just keep on going.
You can find out more about Ira Kennedy, including a special exhibit and open house happening next weekend. Go to irakennedy.com. Well, still ahead, getting regular checkups is crucial for maintaining good health. We've got the story of how one Texan's checkup saved her life. Stay with us.
The decisions elected officials make really have an impact on all of us. A big part of what we do on Capitol Tonight is break down the issues so that they're easily understood. We want to bring you a better understanding of local issues and the local impact of national issues with relevant, in-depth conversations that provide context for Texans in a balanced and informative way. Capitol Tonight, weeknights at 7 on Spectrum News 1.
With Spectrum Mobile, your mobile speeds are already amazingly fast, but now they've developed Speed Boost. And it's only possible because Spectrum Internet, Advanced Wi-Fi, and mobile all work together. It's like speed on top of speed on top of speed, or like taking a shot of espresso, like this one. Woo! And chugging an energy drink. Yeah! And then being shot out of a cannon. Let's light this candle. Change my mind. Change my mind, change my mind. Get fast speeds on your mobile devices with Speed Boost, only from Spectrum Mobile.
I worked in retail for 19 years.
I'm widowed, I'm middle age.
Working on the rivers, long haul trucking, that's all I've ever known.
I knew it was time for me to be there.
Now I'm a computer programmer.
And I'm a software developer.
I am a software engineer.
This is the future, I'd say.
A thriving community is an informed community, and being able to play a role in bringing people the news is something that I take very seriously. There's just so many things to love about the state of Texas. Southern hospitality, great food. I love that there are so many different cultures celebrated. I want people to turn us on in the morning and feel like they've got the information they need to go out and conquer their day. I'm Alex Stockwell, anchor for Spectrum News 1.
Weather on the Ones, every 10 minutes. Also available on the Spectrum News app.
Good evening, Dallas-Fort Worth. Here's your Spectrum News in 90. Dallas ISD is apologizing for not giving parents any warning before it sent elementary school students home with a Winnie the Pooh-themed book detailing what to do in the event of a school shooting. Parents complained when kids as young as 5 came home with the tutorial. DISD says while it works hard to prevent school shootings, it did not provide parents context for the book. Texas airports are ready for this holiday weekend. DFW Airport says it expects more than 22 million people to pass through over the summer. They're asking you to arrive at least 2.5 hours before your departure for domestic flights. And a new CNN poll shows most Americans, about 64%, say gun control laws should be generally stricter. The poll also finds broad support for preventing anyone under the age of 21 from buying any type of gun. That resolution never made it to a vote in Texas this legislative session.
Let's check out your Saturday forecast, DFW. Late Saturday morning, we've got a few clouds in place. Temperatures in the upper 70s will be climbing into the mid to upper 80s. You'll notice more clouds as we get into the late afternoon. Can't completely rule out a few spotty showers. You may even notice a little bit more moisture out there with winds back out of the east and southeast. We'll take a look at the rest of your weekend forecast coming up.
Hi, welcome back. Well, the CDC is investigating after 5 Texans who traveled to Matamoros, Mexico for medical procedures became infected with fungal meningitis. According to health experts, more than 200 people may have been exposed. 2 people have died. This comes as the CDC continues to warn Americans to cancel any surgeries they've planned there in Matamoros. Doctors say it's important to advocate for your own health because you never know what's going undetected. Brian Scott introduces us to a Texas woman leading the charge against a rare disease she never knew she had.
And you know, it's so easy this time of year especially to say, oh, it's just allergies or a seasonal sickness that keeps coming up. But doctors say when you just can't seem to kick it, when it keeps coming back worse, something else may be hiding, something serious. The secret sauce of jazz. The notes between the notes. Those Rochella Parks, Washington found back when she barely began to groove.
I learned to improvise in church.
And she improv'd her way to band leader.
A song we call One Wish.
To master musician in multiple instruments.
It's an original.
But improvise took a whole new meaning in her life when the woodwind pro started losing her breath.
Breathing issues. I had struggled for years with different symptoms, and I was always told that I was having panic attacks.
Yeah, that's not a great answer for someone who makes a living off of her breathing. So she kept digging, kept going to doctors until one found
I had lymph node swelling under my arms.
But when they biopsied,
so he said, you don't have cancer. He said, but you do have something.
The something?
It was sarcoidosis.
One more time, that's
sarcoidosis.
Yeah, Dr. Andrew Miller says it's a sort of mystery how people get it.
Could be an infection, could be something inhaled.
Doctors like him researching it at Texas Health say it only hits a couple 100,000 Americans. But Miller says it often ends up being the cause of a lot of those patients' nonspecific lingering issues.
The immune system forms something called a granuloma. Essentially, it starts attacking certain parts of the body.
An immune overreaction, often in the lungs. Just like Rochella got it, but it can hit the brain, the heart.
I've seen people pass from this disease. That's really the reality.
that's not saying it hasn't been pretty bad for her, too.
I might have to go years or months and months without playing.
Even with treatment. But the jazz artist improvised.
I found another instrument that is basically electronic.
Found new ways to play when she couldn't catch her breath. But today she's still making her music, even on the frustrating days, because she improv'd and found that diagnosis. Dr. Miller says that's a tune everyone should hear.
Not giving up, not becoming so frustrated that you stop trying to even help yourself.
And we wish her the best. Texas is seeing a growing shortage of mental health care workers. According to the state's health department, virtually every county has a problem with staffing shortages, and it is expected to get worse. More mental health workers are retiring and not enough replacements are coming in. Well, talking about your mental health can be hard, especially in the workplace, but in San Antonio, one company there is hoping they can make it a little easier. Blessing Iwachuku explains.
When it comes to a construction worker's hard hat, the more stickers, the better. I want you to take a look at this one. It really tells a story, but I definitely want you to pay attention to this one. It's the newest one. Normally, this would be a busy work site.
Little bit nutty.
However, with dozens of construction workers and contractors.
We work 6 days a week, most weeks, and we're able to make up time that we lose for weather.
But thanks to Mother Nature, the rest of the Skanska construction crew is working inside and working on their mental health, like Brittany Hare.
I am a project engineer, so I do a lot of different things.
One of those things was bringing an idea created by one of her colleagues in Tennessee to the Alamo City.
When I heard about it, I was browsing through LinkedIn, and I saw that they were sharing different things about the Green Sticker program, which I thought was great.
And so did her San Antonio coworkers. Out of about 50 people in the office, more than 30 have gone through the program so far. It equips Skanska employees with mental health first aid training. When you see this green sticker on their hard hats and polos like Brittany, it means this person knows how to identify, understand, and respond to signs of mental illness and substance use disorders.
Mental health has been something that is basically a stigma in society. People don't like talking about it. So we're trying to break down some of those barriers and make it to where it's more accepted to talk about one's mental health, maybe some challenges that they're having or successes.
And those challenges have been heavy for some in the industry.
Yeah, so construction workers are 3.5 times more likely to commit suicide than the national U.S. average. That goes with within 100,000 construction workers, approximately 43 will commit suicide that year. So I think the statistic shows that 5,500 people commit suicide yearly in just construction.
According to the Center for Workplace Mental Health, construction has the second highest rate of suicide among major industries. Mental health experts can understand the pressures for those in that field.
Especially with construction, it's easy to make mistakes. If you get too tired, then you can make a mistake with that, and it could wind out to be like deadly or fatal. So that's extremely stressful.
It's a tough industry, but talking to others about the struggles can be even harder. Brittany hopes the sticker will signal to her coworkers in need of help that they're not alone and have the green light to get their mental health back on track.
And coming up, the Texas Rangers are off to a hot start this season. We'll show you one player who's helping lead the team to success. Keep it here.
Hey everybody, I'm Carla Leal. This week we are celebrating Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. It's a time to recognize the community's contributions and influence here in Texas. On the next In Focus Texas, we'll hear from lawmakers, AAPI members, and advocates about how they are fighting for AAPI representation here in Texas. You don't want to miss it, so join us Sunday or set your DVR for all the details. I'll see you then.
Weather can be beautiful, inconvenient, and at times powerful, and it affects everything we do. At Spectrum News 1, Our weather experts update you with the information and the context you need so you can better plan your day. And we do it every 10 minutes. We're the calm in the storm. Weather on the Ones on Spectrum News 1. And get your weather anytime on the Spectrum News app.
So you guys have been in business like a really long time.
That's right. And we've been offering one-size-fits-all solutions the whole time.
The whole time.
You're just gonna have to accept it.
Yeah, accept it.
No, you don't. At Spectrum Enterprise, we design solutions around your needs for success on your terms. Because we believe technology only works if it works for you. So go ahead, be unreasonable.
In quarantine and coming out of quarantine, we've been feeling pretty weird. Normal? What even is normal right now? We have the opportunity to define a new normal. I wrote Weirdos to say that there is no normal anymore. Talk to someone and start the conversation.
Spectrum News 1 is Texas strong. It's not just the Friday night lights, the skies you need to see to believe. It's the people, the communities, the character. That's what makes us Texans. From our experienced boots-on-the-ground teams to a new perspective on the news that matters to Dallas-Fort Worth, we bring you the inspiring stories that leave a lasting impact across our communities. It's what makes us proud to call Texas home.
Orchard here on Spectrum News 1, sharing some sunshine from our finally Friday. This was earlier in the day. A nice view to share with you of our downtown skyline. Let's go west from Dallas into Fort Worth. A little bit more cloud cover here mid-afternoon. This view, Texas Motor Speedway, you can see low clouds, high clouds moving in opposite directions. This view outside thanks to a weather sim camera. Now I think we'll continue to see the clouds through the afternoon hours this weekend, and can't rule out a few spotty showers at least for your Saturday and Sunday, and then it's a better chance for showers and storms on Monday for your Memorial Day. So something to plan your travel, outdoor activities around. Remember, if you're hearing thunder, you're close enough to be struck by lightning, have a way to get inside, seek shelter quickly if needed. Highs near 90 both Saturday and Sunday. We're turning a little cooler, closer to 80 those highs Monday with rain and clouds around. So let's time things out here hour by hour. We've got clear skies early Saturday. Again, a lot like that view outside that we started with in Dallas. As we get into the afternoon, clouds will increase. Here's 5:30. Can't rule out a few spotty showers. Anything that develops wraps up once the sun goes down. We've got clear skies again here Sunday morning. We'll be monitoring a storm complex from the west through the late afternoon. It looks like that will stay west of Tarrant County. At least the stronger storms weakening as they push eastward. You can see maybe a few more clouds, a few spotty showers west of I-35. And then it looks like into Monday morning, we've got a few more clouds. And again, a better chance for scattered showers starting Monday and continuing for most of next week. This is what we may see on radar here Monday. Scattered showers through the afternoon and through the evening hours. This may take a little longer to clear. Looks like by midnight we'll see that activity wrap up. But 7-day rain potential here at home for most under an inch. Your 7-day shows it's a little cooler out there Monday and Tuesday. Near 80.
Baseball season is in full swing, and it's been a successful start for the Texas Rangers so far. That's thanks in part to some big free agent signings over the past few years. Here's Robbie Fueling with more.
The Rangers are off to their best start to a season since 2013, and that success stems from a lot of variables. But the main contributor is a man who's tallied 8 home runs and 30 RBIs in the first month of the season. can you not be romantic about baseball? It's a question Adolis Garcia asked time and time again.
I mean, I love everything. I have been playing this game for a long time, and I like hit homers, obviously.
Still another home run by Garcia.
Oh, they don't put him at cleanup for nothing. Adolis is so electric at the plate, they call him
El Bombi. El Bombi is absolutely hammered to left field by El Bombi.
Where does the nickname El Bombi come from?
That was from my friend, my neighborhood. He called me like that because my head has la cabeza mía, de que él me decía que era como un bombillo.
Like como un light bulb.
Light bulb. Yeah.
And that just stuck because it sounds like you're just hitting bombs all the time.
Yeah, every time. Everybody's think that's like from the I hit homers or something like that, but it's for my head.
Yes. So he's got the head shape of a light bulb, the arm of a cannon, and a swing as pretty as can be. After a short stint with the St. Louis Cardinals, Adolis became a Ranger in 2020. His impact with the organization is as clear as day.
He's got a great makeup about him. He's a really tough guy that wants to be up there in the moment.
The play of Adolis has been remarkable, and so has the teams. The Rangers entered the month of May first place in the AL West and with the second best run differential in baseball. Texas is real, but you don't have to tell El Bombi that.
I mean, this is a really good group. A lot of guys with so much talent, and the clubhouse right now has the amazing energy. So that's why we're playing right now that good, and I hope we keep just playing as a family.
And meanwhile, it is playoff time for high school baseball teams around the state. Adam Rossall shows us why the Johnson City Eagles are primed for a deep run because of two big-time arms.
One of the keys to any good baseball team is strong starting pitching. Well, there's an abundance of that out here in Johnson City, where a pair of aces are leading the Eagles on the bump.
We like to dominate, you know. I say we just dominate.
Having two guys like this is pretty rare.
Dominance has been the theme in Johnson City this spring, courtesy of Johnny Slawinski and McCrae Jacobs.
Probably one of the best feelings of baseball, you know, it's when you strike somebody out, especially when you strike out 15, 16 a game, it just feels like you're in control of everything.
The stats for the Eagles starting pitchers are video game numbers. Both are unbeaten, both have ERAs under 0.4, and both reached 100 strikeouts in the regular season.
Yeah, we're always together, but we always have to have like the competitive aspect. It's mostly friendly, nothing real serious, except the 100 strikeouts was pretty serious. We were racing to 100 strikeouts, so he got there in less innings, so he beat me on that. He gave me crap for that, but I gave up less walks and less runs, so I got that on him too.
The strikeout rate for Jacobs and Slawinski works out to around 16 or 17 per 7-inning game, meaning there's only a few balls put in play each time they're on the mound.
Every once in a while, I'll just have to yell out of the dugout, hey, y'all be ready, wake up, be ready. You never know, because, I mean, we only get 4 or 5 chances in a game.
Keeping the fielders on their toes is about the only thing Coach Steven Shipley worries about when his southpaws are throwing.
McCrae's got a tenacity about him. You see him do different things that a lot of guys don't think about while they're up on the mound. I think for Johnny, it may be more personal. He's going to throw it by you, and then he's going to try to make you look stupid.
Two different approaches to the game, but the same outcomes for opposing batters.
And up next, we have a special group in studio that's reminding Texas hospitals and others it doesn't just take a cape to be a hero. Stay with us.
Well, the long holiday weekend is finally here. We'll start our Memorial Day weekend with a chance for storms out across West Texas Saturday. A better chance for more widespread showers and thunderstorms from north all the way down into South Texas late Sunday and into Monday. Something to plan your travel around and, of course, your outdoor activities. We've got most of the state finding warmth this weekend. More news and weather coming up.
The strength of Texas is in its many voices and unique perspectives. Every Sunday, join host Carla Leal on In Focus Texas. Education, economy, immigration, and more. Balanced and respectful discussion of the serious matters impacting Texas from experts across the state.
We take a closer look at the issues in your community.
In Focus Texas, Sunday mornings at 9:30 on Spectrum News 1, available on all your favorite devices.
Defeated. You win.
I won. I won.
Want the speed to finally defeat your mortal enemy?
Oh, there he is! I won!
Only Spectrum gives you Speed Boost for the fastest wireless speeds in the palm of your hand. Now only $29.99 and your next line is free. Only with Spectrum Mobile.
What if you had to choose between fixing the roof over your head and putting food on the table? What if that leak led to mold growing in your home? What if you no longer had a safe place to call home? Help Rebuilding Together make repairs for our neighbors who have lost jobs and have to make those difficult choices. Text REBUILD to 484848.
We are connected, engaged, from the moment we rise. We move. We adjust. We learn, explore, relax, and grow together so we're ready to build a better tomorrow. Stay informed throughout your day with the Spectrum News app, exclusively for Spectrum customers.
Hi, welcome back. Well, for many folks, trying something new can be pretty scary, but can also be a great way to learn what you're capable of. Ashley Claster introduces us to a woman in Fort Worth helping people with special needs get back in the saddle.
My name is Ashley. Hi. 24-year-old Hannah Polk is funny, creative, and a good friend. She feels most herself out on the farm.
Being out in nature for me is a sense of being close to God. I love just the environment and the beauty He's created for us every day.
She started as a volunteer here at Blue Sky Therapeutic Riding and Respite.
I come here because it's a place where I can help others like myself.
Make sure when you're standing that you're feeling. She has a type of muscular dystrophy that affects her hands and feet called CMT.
I love advocating for people with disabilities. I believe that's my passion in life. But I also really enjoy educating the people around us. And it's so important for other people to know who we are.
Executive Director Amy Gayhart says they eventually hired Hannah on staff because she can advocate for the volunteers. She understands them.
The clients love her, and I love that they can see what they can be. And Hannah is a really good role model for them, but she's also a really good friend.
Right now, well, Erin is brushing, so she's learning how to take care of an animal. Not the face, Erin. Yeah. And then Ryan is cleaning up the barn. He's doing great. He's a great helper.
She even lifts up the animals.
Jack.
Like Jack.
Well, Jack only has one eye, so I think the lesson is our clients see Jack and say, I can take care of this horse, even though he might have a disability, can't see out of one eye, but I can help him walk through the arena, take care of him, yeah.
Well, for many kids, being in the hospital is the last place they want to be, but you never know who's going to drop by or fly by to brighten their day. Here with us today is Greg Burrow, the co-founder of Heroes of Texas, and you got some special guests with us as well. Who we got here?
Well, this is Brad. He's also one of the co-founders, and Bo, he's another one of the co-founders, and Angela.
Strike your best pose. See, that's what you'll see. So tell us about the group. What do you guys do?
Well, we do many things, but primarily we go to children's hospitals, and we do charity and community service events such as Casa Superhero Run, which is coming up on September 17th. And people can register through CasaSuperheroRun.com. Also, we do Hill Country Ride for AIDS. We do stuff with Austin Angels and a lot of the other local charities that are really amazing.
That's great. And a lot of kids, too. What are their looks on their faces when you guys come in?
A lot of times I've seen just stupefied, like jaw dropped, like, oh my God, this is really happening, which is really amazing when that happens. Sometimes there's a lot of disbelief or like, oh, you're not the real, I remember one child was like, you're not the real Batman when I was Batman. And I pulled out my phone and I had video footage of me and him as Robin driving the Batmobile, 1966 Batmobile. And there was like, so
it runs the gamut or the spectrum. And you may have just mentioned you got a special event.
We have many special events. We're going to be at Greater Austin Comic Con promoting the Casa Superhero Run. That's going to be on June 24th and 25th, and the Greater Austin Comic Con is amazing. It's going to be really, really cool. They've got actually James Hong's going to be there, Julie Newmar, who was the original Catwoman. Yep. So I'll be Batman, the 1966 Batman that time. Also, again, we're promoting the Casa Superhero Run, which is going to be on September 17th. Registration is happening now for the run. It's an amazing event. Whole families go out dressed up as superheroes. It's really great.
It's fantastic. Yeah. If somebody wants you to come visit a kid in the hospital, how do they go about doing that?
Contacting us through Facebook is probably the best way. Heroes of Texas on Facebook. That would probably be the best way to reach out to us.
And also, too, we talked about the reaction when you come in. Tell us really quickly one story that really sticks out when a child sees you coming into that room.
There's so many stories. There's been several times we've gone to see children on their deathbeds, basically, and those are really hard. And so we definitely remember those children. We remember there was one time we went in and we had a Spider-Man with us, and there was a doctor working on his arm, putting an IV in and everything, and he was just blown away by Spider-Man, and his focus was entirely on Spider-Man.
So stories like that.
Yeah. And so it's really special to be able to be allowed to go in and just take them away from what's going on with them for a few moments and let them be kids again for a few moments.
That's well, guys, thank you so much. That sounds fantastic.
No problem.
Again, if you or someone you know is in the hospital, would like a visit from these guys, go to the website on your screen. I'm Todd Boatwright. Thank you so much for watching.
We have one mission, and that is to serve our community.
And that's what we're doing here in Dallas-Fort Worth, is we're covering people's stories. We're telling a person's story in a way that's relatable to who they are.
It's my responsibility to know the issues here in Texas, but also, more importantly, to know who it affects.
We want to make sure that you know what's going on in politics and weather and entertainment. You're going to get storytelling about the Dallas-Fort Worth community. Your evening on Spectrum News 1. Weeknights starting at 5 p.m. Central.
Spectrum Mobile is the nation's fastest growing mobile provider. And now is the time to switch. Because now, when you buy one unlimited line for $29.99, you get your next line free. Visit SpectrumMobile.com/unbeatable or call 844-696-2999 to save big today. Spectrum Mobile's got you covered with reliable coast-to-coast service and nationwide 5G included in every plan. And with a Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line, you get the freedom to connect whenever you want with unlimited talk, text, and data. All with no added taxes, no hidden fees, and no contracts. So get one unlimited line for just $29.99 and another unlimited line free for 12 months. Switch to Spectrum today. Visit spectrummobile.com/unbeatable, a Spectrum store, or call 844-696-2999 today.
Please welcome tonight's presentation.
When I grow up.
I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck.
I don't want to borrow a lot for an education.
And then not know what to do with it.
When I grow up, I don't want to be paid less.
I want to know how to provide for my family.
And invest in my community.
When I grow up, I just want things to be different.
At Junior Achievement, we promote